Greetings everyone, this is Mike Wright, the Astro Sherpa, dropping in with a spatial report. So the sun in Virgo, 9 degrees. So this is the last single digit number of the sun looking at your biological processes. Think of Virgo as the car motor, and its opposite, Pisces, is the oil that keeps that sucker from blowing up. Lubrication. So Pisces, the fantasy, the subjective things in between spaces. This is what we're seeing right now with Pluto scoring a big 0.0. So he's got a bright future at college. So Pluto is right on the precipitous, say that 3 times real fast, precipitous, 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 of heaven and earth. So Saturn ruled Capricorn, the earthly dimension, crystallized matter, concrete thought. So think of a foundation as a form poured in so you can build on top of it. But the imagination is the architect who designs the whole house and sees all pieces and parts of the whole thing. So you need a top view, a form, a figure, a drawing to work from, and that's Aquarius. Aquarius looks at all the parts from above, below, forwards, backwards, full circle. And it uses Virgo's excellent skills of observation and analysis to be able to put things in order. That's the mercurial part of weighing and measuring. So folks, right now we are on the verge of the ending of time space as we knew it. So what does that mean exactly? So that means the temporal world, which you've grown up under, would be the daily week, the 7 days of the week. So we use that as duality, left brain, right brain, good and bad, light and dark. We wake up from darkness, go to work, come home, eat, go to sleep, repeat, wash, rinse, do it again. So that's dropping into the duality aspect between your left brain and right brain and your physical form, body, the in-between state, which is the water, your emotions, and then the mind, the creative force of form, matter, reality. So this is a chance for you to look at these circular patterns. So that's the other side of infinity. The infinite, time itself, existed before, now, and always will. So we look at time as the measure of change in the circle right here. So right now we're at this last balsamic phase, seeing the moon change where it was nothing back here in Leo, and then it became full, bright, in opposition, Aquarius, and now it's diminished its light, coming all the way back around in this relationship cycle. So it's finishing up, now changing what was synthesized in this whole process of understanding. So with Mercury retrograde in this whole time, and Mercury has now moved forward off of 21 degrees, this was you looking at what you truly love. Do you want to reside in the old space in between your left and right brain, being bipolar, going back and forth all the time, living your fears, Black Moon Lilith, unrealized dreams, because you fret, you're afraid, you can't manifest, you can't attract what you want. The law of attraction is very simple. You polarize yourself in the direction you want to be and go. Or you make yourself extremely attractive so that you're magnetized to get what you want. So that means you have to vibrate in that frequency direction. So temporal is a linear march, form, squares. These measurements we look at. The spatial side of things are the circles and the lines and coordinates in between. Gives us shapes and forms, and we relate it to characters. Leo's a lion or a king. Virgo's the virgin. The pure physical body or the pure soul form dropped down into birth, into matter, but then the matter is corruptible. So it's got to go through this whole process of redemption. And that's through waking up. So waking up is by these higher numbers, frequencies, synchronicities controlled by Saturn and Saturn's father, Uranus. Saturn being father time, the circle itself with rings, various rings, Saturn being the shepherd sheep of these inner planets. Uranus was the father of Saturn, but Saturn cut Uranus's nuts off with the adamantine sickle. Thanks, Dad. But Jupiter got Saturn, overtook Saturn, so this is the unending prophecy that to be free, Uranus, a rebel, you have to give up your power to something greater than yourself. So, and in the end, that means servitude to another, slavery. So you're enslaved again. But that's what this dark side of Aquarius, with Pluto coming in here to the first 2 degrees, gave us a taste of this changing dimensions of power, the obsession with power, the old world power. We've seen a complete flip from, in America 200 years ago, the Civil War. The people who were enslaved are now running our major cities, have been presidents and vice presidents. So this is the inversion of energy, power, source. One of the Saturnalian festival was the master became the servant, and the servant got to beat the master, only for a short time. So this shows us all great revolutions have an inversion of power for a short period of time. So we're coming into this age of automation and artificial artifice, art created by machines. So these machines are going to want to enslave us and do our art for us. So when you don't create art or write or music or play, you're having a computer do it for you, then you are slowly falling away from the creative force itself, and you're succumbing to the temporal world of logic, algorithms. So apathetic, non-believing in higher power. So this is the unending cycle of rebellions. We do have to create an opposition, and this is what you must do with yourself. You have to destroy that ego identity you were born into, and then you recreate the person you were meant to be through discovery. That's your conscious awareness. So this is huge time to break the matrix. Right here, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. That's the underworld patterns of earth, minerals, water, fire, plants, air. This is the four substances compounded that makes up our form, our bodies, matter. But these are always changing. That's what the moon shows in these relationship cycles. It's always duality here in this circle. So we get to see the circle cut in half, 180, or quarters, 90-degree segments. So each quarter has 3 sections. Each sign has 3 sections, primary. They can be broken down into subsections and subsections of that. So time-space, we know, is this big circle contained in a dodecahedron space, which looks like a big old soccer ball, still expanding, by the way. So we're not going to be facing any shortages of energy or power anytime soon. So these old world programs are trying to enslave you to a non-thinking linear temporal loop forever. So to balance the two, you got to have temporal awareness and spatial awareness. So spatial awareness shows you up, down, forward, backwards, left, right. And you honor your shadow self, you honor your present self, you honor your future self. Shadow self being the repressed past characters, personalities of yourself that just are not a public persona. People would think you are evil. Yeah, that's what darkness is. The opposite of living, live. L-I-V-E, reverse it, E-V-I-L. So node, N-O-D, north node down here, if you put an E instead of the O and reverse it, you got Eden. So the moon is the Eden, a reflection of the heavenly person. Saturn was the garden itself, the intellectual mind crystallized. So to break out of our universe understanding into a multiverse understanding, you look at Uranus, which was these higher frequencies outside of Saturn's time space, and Neptune, the medium, which broadcast, way out on the edge between Pluto going above us and way deep below us. It was considered Tartarus, or the underworld, what we would call antimatter, or the dark complete annihilation forces that if they come above the horizon, they'll destroy us. So folks, this cosmic consciousness is time for you to bring it down into your physical body, Virgo, and start to imbue this power and understanding by tuning your body up with sound, keeping your water pure and clean, getting rid of the toxicity, the people and places that kept you down, and then improving your mind every day through learning math, learning new techniques, applying language and math. That's all the same. This is what creates our whole world: language, images, forms. So huge time to wake up and shake off the old world matrix and really relish this great gift we're being given of conscious awareness. So for today and today only, Pluto being a complete failure in college with a 0.0 in the starting weeks, he's ready to look back for 90 days at old power, old wealth that was corrupted, falling apart, kingdoms. These kingdoms trying to come into the new world and control the people. So you get ultimate freedom by relinquishing greater control outside of your realm comprehension with faith, trusting in a higher power. That has proven true throughout all of time space. That carries you to higher frequencies, dimensions of understanding. Chiron here, the wounded healer, is recognizing genders in form and healing these. You have to let go of gender patterns to ascend to higher understanding. And gender will always be around as long as there is a creation and creative force. But these were varying timelines that always exist. So different cultures, nations, creeds, peoples, they come up through this in different timelines. So you can't be projecting your own belief structures on others who are on a different path, a different timeline. They'll come through their awakening awareness on their own good, rambling about this circle. So this is for you to shake off your old projections, which are wounds, and keep tuning yourself up and down, forwards and backwards, spatially and temporally, and vibrate the best you can. That's how you're going to make it through this Pluto, wrecking havoc back through the last degree of Capricorn here. I mean, this is extraordinary triple chance, 0, 0, 0. 3 times Pluto is crossing this point back and forth. So that's many, many, many chances we're being given to wake up, not get caught in the temporal world only. So set good intentions for this new moon to have health, emotional prosperity through peace and calm, and mental prosperity through understanding that this world is infinite, and you're infinite. You just got to free yourself from the old mercurial wounds of an identity that you're born into. Then you can evolve and start to explore new places, new cultures, new timelines. So the other big play going on right now, South Node on Black Moon Lilith. So that is the past, your past relationships, how you received information, keeping the balance, your actual psychic body outside of matter, tuning into these, what you can hear inside of your head. These are real things. Just got to tune into it, and your body has to be in a good state or the message is garbled. So yeah, Uranus stations to go retrograde, joining Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. So all these outer planets are taking a break from this raking us over the coals, baking off all that emotional Scorpio, Taurus, eclipse energy, and then Gemini, Sag, and this Aries, Libra. So we're getting ready for an eclipse cycle starting with Pisces, Virgo here. So eclipse season's coming, so that's endings, beginnings. So you have a huge opportunity today to look at the doorway itself of time, space, cosmos, and look at your old world, temporal day-to-day, and then the new spatial awareness world, and see how you can balance yourself between the two until this thing completes itself. And that'll be when Saturn and Neptune meet at the very beginning of Aries. That's a new time, a new medium of fire, air. So it's gonna be hot and dusty and crusty. Go see the peace dealer. He'll tell you all about it. Anyway, enjoy this balsamic moon phase. 345. So it's got 15 degrees to go. So the new moon will be tomorrow. Mercury was at 22 a little earlier today. That was whoa, whoa, whoa. Heart woes. Anyway you go, tune in, tune up, and participate. I hope you're well. Astro Sherpa out.